Big news coming in. Section 144 has been imposed and has been in effect in Bengaluru. The police personnel have been deployed across Majestic. The cops are now trying to clear out people from the KSRTC bus stop. The railway security are also trying to clear out people. That's the big news coming in. Section 144 has been imposed in Bengaluru. Police personnel are now on the streets. They've been deployed to ensure that the streets are cleared. There are several people who are not taking the lockdown seriously. Several people had stepped out of their homes, were seen out on the streets. The government has made it clear that the lockdown is going to continue till March 31st. So the police officials are now out on the streets to ensure that people stay at home. This is what we need to do to ensure we fight the spread of COVID-19. Let's go across to my colleague Prajwal Prasad, who joins us live from Gandhinagar with more details on this. Well, Prajwal, an appeal had been given out to people to ensure that they continue this lockdown, they stay at home to stay safe. But clearly today, several people were seen out on the streets. It was a success yesterday, but today there were several people out on the streets like any normal day. No effect of the lockdown at all, which is why the police officials have now decided to enforce it. Section 144 has now been imposed. Take us through what the situation is like.
Absolutely, Pratibha. As soon as, Section 144 was imposed and the Home Minister Basavaraj Bommai went ahead and started addressing the press, the security was beefed up in and around Majestic, mainly near the railway station, the KSRTC bus station, BMRCL as well as the BMTC bus station. And the police were seen clearing out all the people with immediate effect. They also requested the media personnel not to stay in the vicinity, mainly due to the fact that Section 144 had been imposed. And also, many, two or three people who were stamped for walking in and around Majestic, so they considered the threat to be very high, and therefore the police were seen cracking down on all the authorities. I beg your pardon, cracking down on all the people over there. They also asked many of the shopkeepers who were running non-essential services to shut down with immediate effect. So it wears a completely deserted look now. The entire Majestic, Gandhinagar as well as the central business district areas are wearing a completely deserted look over here, and there is a zero traffic movement. Here and there we are seeing that owing to the fact that it also rained, it also rained some time ago and it is still raining. People are trying to get to their residence as soon as possible. But one more important thing is that there were several passengers in the BMTC bus stop, and they did not know as to where to go at that point of time, because immediately the buses also started leaving the terminus as soon as the Section 144 was imposed too. But finally the BMTC also went ahead and tried to go ahead and control the situation. They told the bus drivers to be present at the spot. They also requested the conductors to take away the remaining people. So as of now, it is a complete lockdown, because we understand that Section 144 will be imposed from the intervening night between March 23rd to March 24th. That is, it will start from today midnight. So therefore, that will be taken into consideration now. And as of now, looking at it, the cops too are trying in their best to go ahead and make sure that the roads are cleared away completely. And this decision coming in from the Home Minister himself has left many people with questions asking as to why did this particular order come late, because yesterday too, when they did go ahead and order the lockdown, Section 144 could have been ordered easily, because there is absolutely no sort of change over here in this particular regard. So therefore, if Section 144 could have been imposed, Pratibha, we would not have seen so much of traffic on the roads as well. And now also whether the government offices will be working or not tomorrow is still not known over here, because Section 144 has again been imposed over here. So a lot of questions, being posed there. But even as we are speaking, the Commissioner of Police Bhaskar Rao was also chairing a high-level meeting with all the 8 DCPs across all the 8 divisions in Bengaluru, and all the ACPs too have come in now, and he's also constantly in touch with the Home Minister Basavaraj Bommai, because later on the Home Minister also pointed out that another meeting will be held, and after that they will be issuing a directive as well as an order too. And coming to these stamped people walking in and around Majestic as well as in some crowded business areas, because we saw one person who had been stamped attempt, and he was a category C patient, but then he was found in a shopping mall today, and he had gone shopping too, and this created a lot of scare among residents too. So therefore, section 270 as well as 271 has also been, IPC sections 270 and 271 too has been imposed. So under these sections, if any person is seen violating the home quarantine, then they will be imprisoned and they will be taken into custody for 6 months, and they will be imprisoned by the cops too. So looking at all of this now, this has a lot to say, because many of them are still questioning as to what will be function and what will be not. So we will still need to go ahead and get a clear order from them as to what is the order, and whether the order which was issued on the 22nd of March as well as on the 21st of March, will there be any sort of revisions as well? Because the order in the last point mentioned clearly stating that subject to the respective DCs of the districts, or else even for the commissioners for that matter, so that they can go ahead and modify the law in accordance to how the people are following the rules and how they are going ahead and bearing the brunt of it. So Baswaraj Bommai, the Home Minister, has gone ahead and brought this decision. Yes, it is definitely quite a welcome move, but why wasn't this done before? Was the government trying to go ahead and worry about the economic implications? Even that needs to be taken into consideration. And apart from that, he's also not given any clarity about those people coming from other states. For example, if you are a person from Delhi and you have come all the way from Dubai and you were not able to land in Delhi and they have landed in Bengaluru, where are those persons supposed to go? Because local modes of transport has been called off completely. So the people have no alternatives, either to go to the lodge or else to go and stay at a room. So this is something which will have to be taken into consideration. He did not give a clear statement as to what will be done for them, but he just stated that it will be mass quarantine for them, and from the airports directly they will be taken off to mass quarantine centers. But if there are so many centers, which are those centers? Because we are having thousands of people coming in, so where will they go ahead and accommodate shelter for them? Even this needs to be seen at this point of time. But things are only getting messier out here in Bengaluru city over here, and the Home Minister has taken stock of the situation. But how will the people go ahead and accept this order? We need to see, Pratibha.
We have some more big news coming in. The Police Commissioner Bhaskar Rao is holding an emergency meeting with the DCPs and the ACPs. The meeting is to discuss the security measures now that Section 144 has been imposed. Section 144 will be in place until March 31st. So the lockdown is going to continue. An appeal had been sent out to the people across the city and the state as well to stay indoors, to stay safe. But now, as several people continue to be out on the streets violating the lockdown, now a decision has been taken to impose Section 144. This means that the lockdown is going to be enforced by the police officials. Now, a meeting has been called with the police commissioner now asking the top cops to be present. The DCPs as well as the ACPs are present for this meeting. Well, this is the need of the hour to ensure that the spread of coronavirus comes to an end. The police officials are also taking several measures to ensure that those who have been advised home quarantine do not violate it. The State Home Minister had also addressed the media a little while ago, and he said that anyone violating home quarantine would be punished. They would be sent to jail for 6 months with no possibility of even bail. Now, the police officials are holding a meeting to enforce Section 144, to enforce the lockdown that has been put in place. Let's go back to my colleague Prajwal Prasad, who joins us. Well, Prajwal, this is what we were talking about. Initially, an appeal had been given out to the people, and there were not many people out on the streets. But today, the scenes are completely different. Things are functioning as usual, despite the government saying that the lockdown will continue in 9 districts, and even hinting at the lockdown continuing in the other districts of Karnataka as well. There was no sense of responsibility from the people, which is why now the lockdown is also going to be enforced. The police officials now calling for a meeting to ensure that the lockdown is enforced.
Absolutely, Pratibha. Now we are getting in more information about the takeaways as well as the highlights of Commissioner Bhaskar Rao's meeting over here. From what we understand, first of all, to go ahead and address the police personnel, because the police personnel have been working round the clock, both the traffic police personnel as well as the civil police personnel too, and they have been trying to act in the best interest of the society as well as the people too. So therefore, now it is being stated that Bhaskar Rao has instructed all the police stations to have a temporary kitchens in their own police stations, so that they will go ahead and give food for all the police personnel in their own stations too, and the police will not have to go around in search of food. And secondly, it is also now being understood that the provision stores, the small stores as well as bakeries will remain open, and including meat shops will open. Swiggy deliveries will be there. Swiggy and Zomato deliveries will be there. Online food delivery will be there. The restaurants will not be open. The hotels will not be open. But the takeaway option has been included, meaning to say that you can go ahead, take parcels and go off. The bars will be shut down. The bars, the wholesale as well as the MRP shops will completely be shut down. The pubs and nightclubs too will be shut down. So this is coming in from Bhaskar Rao himself, where he's gone ahead and stated that. He's also gone ahead and said that the milk parlors will remain open. The fuel stations will also remain open. And in regard to the private cab aggregators, it is now being learnt that Ola and Uber will not be plying on roads. I again repeat that Ola, Uber, autos and taxis will not be plying on roads too. This is being stated by Bhaskar Rao himself. The medical shops will remain open, and he's also given permission for the water tankers to go around freely in the city, because he also believes that there might be a scarcity of water in some parts of the city. So therefore the water tankers can immediately go ahead and supply water too. So this is something which Bhaskar Rao has done in the best interest of the people too. And apart from that, he's also saying that many of the destitutes as well as the homeless people will be there on the roads. For such people, those who will be going ahead and providing food, they will have to go and get their identity cards checked, and only then can they go and distribute food freely to all these destitutes as well as the orphans and the homeless people who are in and around the city. And now it is also being learnt that the section 144 will be imposed starting this midnight till the 31st of March, and there will be no activity. Only essential commodities will be available over the counter. The non-essential commodities will not be there. Coming to religious institutions now, this is something which has been asked now and again, because Yugadi is still in Yugadi is just 2 days away. On Wednesday as well as Thursday, it will be celebrated across Karnataka too. So looking at it, when it comes to religious institutions, he stated that the puja, whatever rituals will be conducted, it has to be conducted inside the temple too, and there should be no huge gatherings. So only around 50 to 60 people should be present in the temple.
Right. In fact, Prajwal, stay with us. Taking a look at what you just said, private taxis will stay off roads in Bengaluru till March 31st. Ola, Uber and other taxi services have been suspended as Section 144 has been imposed in Bengaluru till March 31st. That's the big news coming in. This is going to affect people across Bengaluru. This is a mode of transport for several people, but private taxis are going to stay off the roads until March 31st. Now, this is going to cripple the movement of several people across Bengaluru. Private taxis are going to stay off roads. Ola, Uber and other taxi services have been suspended in line with the decision that has been taken by the Karnataka government. And Section 144 has been imposed in Bengaluru till March 31st. All of these measures have been taken to ensure that the lockdown stays until March 31st. Well, Prajwal, like you mentioned, of course, now the state government has tracked down on any kind of movement that will be taking place, and taxis are something that Bengalurians use on a daily basis. But now private taxis will stay off roads completely until March 31st.
Absolutely, Pratibha. This is again an order that is being issued by the Commissioner of Police for Bengaluru, Bhaskar Rao, where he said that private cab aggregators will not be functioning. Your Olas, your Ubers, your private taxi associations, your airport taxi association, as well as the private buses and autos are off-road completely. And if they ply on the roads, they will be immediately taken into custody, and their registrations will be cancelled, their driving license will be cancelled, and their vehicles will be seized with immediate effect. This is what Bhaskar Rao has strongly said, and this has come after several people claimed that the private transportation was being charged double also, and in the backdrop of that there was also a lot of crowding that was being witnessed in the city, in the central regions of the city as well as in the north and western parts of the city too. So therefore this decision too has been taken. There will be no Olas, Ubers, private taxis or autos, and even for that matter no private buses will also be plying, and only in cases of extreme emergencies will they ply. Will they ply, meaning to say that if there is any case of medical emergency, they can go ahead ahead and call the ambulance and they can immediately leave. And if people have any personal vehicle and they have something called as an immediate emergency, an immediate emergency is nothing but a medical emergency, or in case of any demise, demise saying that whether one of the relatives of the person has passed away, he can leave his residence and go to the residence of the bereaved now. So this is the information that is coming in. Also about the holy places that I was going ahead and stating here, Pratibha, the temples will remain open on the day of Yugadi. I again repeat, the temples will remain open on the day of Yugadi, but there will be no mass rituals which will be conducted over there, and there should be only around 60 to 70 people.
Prajwal, stay with us. In fact, joining us over the phone line now is Tanveer, the president of the Ola Uber Association. Many thanks for joining us, Tanveer. This means that now until March 31st, none of the cabs are going to be on the roads?
No, madam, our cabs are not going on the road.
Okay.
But what we are requesting government, even just now I attended a meeting in Labour Department. Labour Minister had called a meeting today. Even I requested to the Labour Minister also to request to Chief Minister. So here there is a fear of Corona. Yes, we agree the fact we have to maintain the social distance. So we have to sit at home. But what next? Who's depending every day's earning?
Right.
The laborers, the drivers who are everyday dependent. So they have to earn 500 rupees every day, and they have to buy rice, dal, everything for a evening livelihood. So even many drivers are having their parents who are diabetic, problem, BP, sugar tablet, medicines they have to purchase. And below 5 years kids, many drivers are there. They have to buy a milk. Many of the livelihood problems are there. So government has to announce a package. Here, if we go outside, definitely we will die or we will get infected through Corona. But if we are sitting inside, so what? Even there also we are getting some problems.
Right.
Government has to come forward and support us. We are ready to sit inside. We are ready to support government. This is actually a global problem. We have to fight it. This is our responsibility. But at the same time, government has to stop other projects, and they have to announce a package like similar neighborhood state Kerala has announced. And they have to speak to a financial institution not to collect EMIs from us. And even they have to announce to the house owners not to demand for a house rent for another 2 to 3 months.
That's
Otherwise, the peoples who will die for Corona is less, and after this financial problem and this livelihood problem, peoples will die more.
Yeah, this is a very serious concern that you have raised, and this is not just for the drivers, but there are several people across sectors who are going to be affected by this.
Yes.
So an economic package will definitely help, like it has been announced already in Kerala as well as Delhi. But Mr. Tanveer, you said that you were in a meeting where the Labour Minister was also present, and you told these concerns. Was there any response?
No, I have explained everything, but he said, the Labour Minister, Hebar said, we will discuss today evening. We have a meeting with the Chief Minister. We will discuss and we will help you out. But anyhow, till the date, we have not got any free masks, free sanitizers also. So government has to come forward. Even I requested for this. So let us see what is going to be in the evening press meet of CM. Otherwise, tomorrow, if any chances, he will announce some very good news for us.
Right. All right. Tanveer, many thanks for joining us. And